At JWT, we film our shows for documentation purposes. During this unprecedented time, we are pulling stories from our extensive archives to share with you during these 8 days of Passover. Please enjoy.
I'm at my parents' house a few weeks before Passover when my mother tells me that my wife, son, and I aren't welcome at their Seder. I try to explain. Mom, William gets anxious when he feels threatened.
By his grandparents? We love him.
So why isn't he welcome at your Seder?
Oh, only just the first night. I'll make a fresh brisket for the second Seder, and we'll give him all our attention. His cousins won't be there, so he can talk all he wants and flap his little arms like a bird, eat with his fingers. We don't care.
My sister and brother-in-law do. What a family. Maybe you're the ones whose brains are messed up.
Now that is not fair. William's not our only grandson. David and Seth attend Cheder. They've worked hard learning the prayers. They want to do their Seder in Hebrew. My father chimes in, start to finish. I stare at my father in disbelief. Dad, there's a passage in the Haggadah about 4 sons. The simple son asks, what is all this? It's incumbent upon you to explain about the Exodus from Egypt and what it means to be Jewish and be free. My father hardens and says, are you lecturing me? I grew up in Berlin under Hitler. I couldn't go to shul. We celebrated Passover in hiding. You're still hiding, Dad. I pray someday you come out and see the light. Enjoy Passover. Sharon and I will make our own Seder. My folks don't protest. It's as if they erected a wall, shutting out my family and me. It casts a long shadow over the awful truth about how an extended family copes with a child with special needs, or even broaches the topic of mental illness. I suspect William inherited his autism from my dad's side of the family, although my father vehemently denies it. His family were Jewish blue bloods, meaning they had no flaws. Dad has some mental health issues, certainly depression. His heart leaks, not blood, but loss. Dragging his bony finger through his siddur, his stoic face suddenly would dissolve and he would cry silently. Dad cries at Passover too, and so do I, but for different reasons. Starting with failing all my life, the frustration and not being able to follow the service in Hebrew, and failing all my life and not finding the afikomen, the dessert matzah, which my dad always hides and my sister always finds. Once, the dog beat me to it. My wife was incredulous when I told her my plan.
You're going to conduct the Seder? The dog's more Jewish than you, and he's a Sharpay.
We don't have a choice, Sharon. They don't want us.
Because William's different.
Because we're different. What did that rabbi say when we tried to join the temple?
Another temple might be better suited.
Why can't William just be himself? And why does he always have to be mindful of how he acts around the family? And then they talk about his behavior in front of him like he's deaf and dumb. He knows he's different. And they wonder why he's anxious, why he acts up.
Maybe if my family lived closer.
They don't.
Then we will find a new family, starting with this Seder.
Where, in the Wanats?
Among our friends. Everyone's welcome. No one needs to be anxious or on guard. We can all be free.
And so, about a dozen of our friends and their children, along with a few inquisitive Gentiles, come over to our house for Passover. A motley crew, to be sure. They cover the spectrum. Some speak, others can't. Few can sit still. But we assure the parents there are no rules for proper behavior, other than please avoid tormenting the dog. I say to all present, everyone is welcome in our house. Tonight we're all free. One mother tearfully smiles. Thank you for inviting us, Marc. No one else does. Sharon guides the trembling hands of a shy girl to do the blessing over the candles. They cover their eyes and pray.
Baruch Ata Adonai.
I try to explain the Seder plate, but to my surprise, William interrupts.
We eat matzah because Moses and the Jewish people had to hurry before their bread rose to leave Egypt. The egg and the shank bone are fake because my mom's a vegetarian. The bone is supposed to be a lamb bone, but it's not really a bone. I'm not sure why we put an egg or a parsley on the plate. My mom says it's because they symbolize spring. I think spring is her favorite season. Mine's summer because I don't have to go to school and...
One of the kids spills a cup.
Hey! That's Elijah's wine! It's okay. I think he had a sip first. Elijah is a ghost. We invite him to our table because he teaches us stuff.
Like what has he taught you, William? What does it mean to be Jewish and free?
I'm free to have Hanukkah candles and also have a Christmas tree.
Everyone laughs. Sharon and I shake our heads, grateful that my folks missed that exchange.
I miss my cousins. Do they miss me?
I'm sure. Maybe next year they'll come to our Seder. William accepts this response. Then we skip the rest of the service and eat. Sing songs, search for the afikomen. I owe the dog a buck. Just enjoy being ourselves.
I feel liberated.
We let our son be free, and he captured the spirit of Passover and set us all free.